What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy CJ, and I'm back. This time I got Run the World Vic in the building with you. Yo, what's happening, bro?
I'm good. I'm out here trying to make it, but they try to take it from me. I'm good.
They trying to take it from you.
They always try to take it.
Man, yo, let me just start off by the show. But listen to the sound effects I got. Look,
Hey, yo.
I got sound effects,
Hey,
bro.
yo.
Hey, yo,
He's on fire.
I got my stream deck on
Yeah.
deck. You know what I'm saying? I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm elevating, bro.
I'm trying to get like you when I grow up.
Hold on. What else I got? What else I got? I got that one. You know what I'm saying? What else? Hey, we're a real producer over here, bro.
Hey, you the big. Hey, this is the big leagues. I'm just a privilege. It's just a privilege and honor to be in the big leagues with you. So thank you.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
We going crazy with it. But bro, listen, let's just get right to it, because today's conversation is about innovation, making dreams come true, break the trends. And listen, bro, you're one of the dopest creators I know. And I was like, honestly, when it came to like having a conversation about just visionaries and breaking trends that are just that's you, bro. And so go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are, why CJ is so fascinated with you. Go ahead, tell them.
Hey man, it's always like the first. I'll just start off by saying it's always like the big people to make us little people feel good. So I just want to say I appreciate and thank you for um, bringing me on your platform, giving me the opportunity to share. Is far too kind and humble. But for those of you that don't know, my name is Run the World Vic, internationally known, locally recognized, and I'm the owner, co-founder, and creative director for a brand called Run the World. Run the World is a community empowerment brand that uses apparel to share narratives of Black history, Black culture, and Black radical thought. And that's what I
Yeah.
do. I do that, and I'm just a creative person. I just like creating stuff. Learned that I love creating, and I find any avenue, any mediums to create.
Hey, that's first time I can do that. I can drop
Yeah.
the bomb. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm loving the sound effects. And so, for real quick, let's just say hello to who's in the chat real quick. If you're watching the replay, I apologize. I'm saying hello to you too. Ashley's in the building.
Cool. What's up with it?
We got Val in the building. She says,
How you
hola.
doing? Hola. It's lit.
Is lit, bro. We got Deb in the building.
Hey.
Tina says, hey CJ, is Michelle from tonight swinging by to say hello, hoping to catch the edit but catch a replay. Nice. Yo, Tina's super dope creator. When I tell you, like, we were at an event right before this live at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
She was there.
bro. Amazing. Like, anything, like, I literally just can talk content with her. I gotta have her on here. I was like, yo, you instantly like connected with, how sometimes when there's certain people you can just connect with right off the bat, and you're like, they get it. She had the same tripod, she had the same this, the same that, and then the next thing you know, it's like, yo, I can learn from her, she can learn from me. It's just like, it's an instant connection, bro. I love that. And then okay, Deborah saying hey to Ash. So listen, bro, let's talk about this, like, because really, let's talk about first of all how we met, because we're gonna get into the innovation part, because really the whole conversation about you first is about innovation. We were at an expo. Which, you remember what expo we were at when we first?
I was in Ponce. I was doing
Ponce City
one of
Market.
the markets. Yeah, one of the markets I was doing.
I was in a morning run. And you were in this is when you had the table on the outside.
This was
This is
that.
when you was, and then yeah. And so tell people about that whole experience, and then I'm gonna fill in a little bit. But tell them what you were doing out there.
So Citizen Supply is a store in Ponce City Market. I think they might have changed it around now, but I think it's still in there. And they were giving opportunity to local brands in the area to share their goods and stuff. So I applied to be a part of it. I was fortunate enough to get selected to be a part of it. And I was out there selling my clothes, man. I had my stuff set up, and I was going around giving everybody the spiel on how, like, what the brand was about. And CJ walked by us, and for me, I'm gonna try to get people to my section and whatever it takes to get them. So I know I stopped him, share with him about the brand, and he was really rocking and feeling it. He knew a lot of it. He understood and paid attention to a lot of the details that I had in the presentation, in the clothes, and I was like super, 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 super juiced about that because he got it, he understood it, and so we had this whole powwow. We was talking about just everything and the inspiration behind the clothes, and he understood it. And so we kind of instantly connected off of that. And he bought something, and then he just we stayed in contact after that. We was on Instagram chatting up, and ever since then we've been good. We see each other, we talk, we share moments. I ask him about stuff that when I got some questions, if he got something, he'll share with me. So it's been love ever since then. And I think that was like maybe 2018, 19. I think it was like 2019, 2018, 2019.
Yeah, for sure. It was a couple years before the pandemic, and if you
Mhm.
guys haven't caught it, like he has this clothing brand, and what's so unique about it, first of all, like it was like one of those things where when I saw a T-shirt that I wanted, or and say, here's the thing, it was I don't know if I'm trying to remember it if I'm remembering it backwards. Either I wanted the T-shirt and you gave me the T-shirt inside of a record album,
Yes. Mhm.
right? And then,
Mhm.
or it was the record album, and I'm like, what's inside that? It's a T-shirt. I can't remember which one
I
it
don't know
was.
which one. It was one or the other.
It was one or the other, but either way, it was like, wait a second. I bought this T-shirt that was super dope that I wanted, and it came in a record album. Like it wasn't in the bag; it was a record album. Like that type of creativity, it just made me feel like, yo, that's super dope, right? And then that was before I even landed on your Instagram page, which I was showing here. Like literally, like it gave me this like old school 70s, 80s kind of vibe, but it was like like it was a very cultural moment. And honestly, there was something else I got from you too, but it was like it felt like it was like this tribute to music history. And so like tell me a little bit about what inspired you to like do clothing different, to create different things. And when you just look at your Instagram page, I don't feel like it's 2024. I don't. But tell me like what inspires you to kind of like create like these shorts right here, for example. These shorts, they just like the flower, the runaway. I feel like it's like I don't know, like a throwback to almost like a different time, bro. A different
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. So Run the World. So the way I started Run the World. So I'm an educator at heart, and
Mhm.
the whole goal for me when creating Run the World was I wanted to create something, an institution, something that could share information without being like preachy, without being like talking down to people. And I felt
Mhm.
like one of the best ways you can do it is by using art, right, to as an expression to be able to share information. People are able to retain things when they visually see it. And they're like, shocked by it, or if they're not necessarily shocked by it, but if they're intrigued by it, they're able to retain that information. And so for me, I knew that art and particularly fashion was going to be the avenue that I was going to use in order to share narratives about Black history, Black culture, Black radical thought. And so, in addition to that, I always just wanted to do things that was around what I liked and what I was into. So music was what I was into. And so when I was looking at how I was going to package some of my clothing, I wanted to give people an experience when they was just even getting the clothes, right? And I came up with the idea to package my t-shirts in custom vinyl sleeves. Like I really love music, and so I designed vinyl sleeves. And if you look at the back of them, they all have different artwork on the back, so they're collector items in themselves. And so my thought was, people are not going to give those away. Just like when you get an Apple product, a lot of times people keep those boxes, right? And
Yes.
so it's like
Yes.
free promotion. So people put them on their walls, like all the different artwork, and they're collectors of them because once they're gone, they won't come back out again. We'll come back with a new color or a new art piece and all that stuff. So that was like my ideal for creating the vinyl sleeves. But when it comes to Run the World and just what it's inspired by, particularly right now, we're in this age where Black is beautiful. So that collection came out of the pandemic. And during the pandemic, I was just like, man, I want to create something that's more happy, more vibrant. And I usually always do heavy, hard hitting things to share information. But I was like, I'm going to start a little happy. And so I thought about the concept of Black is beautiful. And so my idea is to pay homage to and to bring awareness to the Black Power movement. So I don't think a lot of people um, understand the Black Power movement, in particular, in some ways. So Black is beautiful is acronym for Black Liberation Cultural Knowledge. But before Black people identified as Black, people identify as Negro or colored. And so my thing was like, well, what happened to make people start identifying black as black? So when you do the history outside of right after the civil rights movement, you get this push to be black, like this pride in blackness, because they were constantly trying to assimilate into like American culture and still wasn't getting what they felt like they deserved. And so they was like, F it, we just gonna be straight black. We're gonna be obnoxiously black. And so you start getting dashikis, you start getting the black power, you start getting afros, people wearing big afros, wearing dashikis, and just being overly prideful in their blackness. And I wanted to pay homage to that. And I didn't think a lot of people understood that. So I did that. And lastly, I'll say, because I didn't want to necessarily do it in a way that was just using those regular like black symbols like fist and stuff like that, I came up with my own symbols. So if you look at it, the flower represents the beauty of blackness, the thunderbolt represents the liberation of black people, and the light bulb represents the knowledge. And so that's my way of paying homage to the 70s, which is like that time period where black people really start to push this idea of I'm black and I'm proud. That's when you get James Brown's I'm black and I'm proud and stuff like that. So that was how I came up with what you see right now.
Man, he's on fire. Hey, I couldn't wait to do that. I couldn't wait. But no, man, listen, in the chat, we got Deb saying she loved that. And that's just like incredible, like movement that you've created, literally because of like your message, like you said, that the power in what you've put out there. And so like being a creator, because that's what we're talking about, like creating this, like what kind of pushback, and I won't even want to say pushback, but was there any type of hesitancy from other people? Was there any hesitancy in you to do something different, to put yourself in a different space? Because the way what you just described and what we see and what your visions have come to life to be is different than what most people would kind of like go for.
Well, I never really had some doubt in myself, to be honest, but I do think that sometimes I had this fight with like being overly black with my shit, right? So like I didn't want to necessarily always be overly black and use like overly black symbols, because the way the world is set up, people don't think if it's for good for black people, they don't feel like it can apply to them as well, when American black history is American history, if that makes sense. So that was something I was kind of wary about initially. But creatively, it gives me the opportunity to be creative in how I push and how I create what I create, right? It's like putting medicine in the Kool-Aid. Like sometimes like everybody rocks with my stuff, but like this collection in particular, it was the one that came like this universal thing. But it still was called Black is Beautiful, and I made sure that everybody knew what it was about. But because of the symbolism that were kind of universal-ish, people like everybody rock with it. So I would say creatively, I didn't necessarily doubt myself, but I knew I wanted this to be something for everybody. So I had to find creative ways to also push it to make sure it's for everybody. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense with that.
No, I feel you. I feel you on that. And I when it comes to making it for everybody and not, like you said, just for where you feel like you have to be, I'm not gonna say extra pro black, but I know what you mean. Like you want to feel like inclusive of more people than just like the extreme.
Yeah, and just to say, like, I'm in no shape or form am I like afraid of my shit just being for black folks. I have no issue with that. But I think for me, the important part, it was like I knew sometimes that could be a fad. And I knew like if we look at it during the pandemic, it was a fad. Everybody was making black stuff. They was talking about Fannie Lou, like not Fannie Lou, but they had these overly black things because of what we was at. And after that, we don't hear nothing from them no more. I don't hear nothing from a lot of those brands that was doing it. And that's why I wanted to make sure for me that I did something that was sustainable for me, that wasn't a fad. Like I'm here to stay when it comes to like pushing the black history, black culture, black radical thought. I'm here to stay. I wasn't doing it just to make a quick buck. Like, yeah, I'm not here to do that. And I wanted to be more original, and I did a lot more research. Like everything I do has to do with research. Like it may not seem like it to people, but like my design process starts with a library. Because it all starts with history and trying to read stuff, and then from there, it's like, okay, I like this. How am I going to put this in the product?
Come on now, they said talk that talk.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Listen, and I love how you said you start out, everything starts out from the library. And honestly, man, during the pandemic, there was this whole push of it was the pandemic. That wasn't the reason why,
Yeah,
but
that
it
wasn't
was
the reason.
George Floyd. It was
Breonna
Amon
Taylor.
Arbery.
Lamont
You understand?
Arbery. It was all that stuff happening at one time.
And so, of course, all everybody wants to create, and you already know, like that's a whole separate thing. How certain people would create stuff for us, quote unquote, but it really wasn't for us, and it wasn't by us either. And so, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, and that's like my biggest thing. I think that it's important to make sure that we're doing it, but like I want to do it in good taste. I just want to be tasteful with how I do it, and I'm not going to do it in a way that, yeah, I'm just going to be tasteful.
No, I love it. I love it. And so listen, so I just so you guys know, this is the Run the World clothing Instagram page. So definitely make sure you follow, make sure you tap in with it. But let's go back a step. Let's go to your page. Okay. Let me hear your page because as a creator, um, not just of clothes, but I'm just gonna say a creator of content. Your content again looks totally different than everybody else's, bro. Look totally different than everybody else. And this is gonna spin to another conversation we're gonna have about social media in general. But like when I look at your page, what do you want people to get from your page when they come to your page? And what kind of effort do you put into it?
Yeah, so it's a mixture, right? So there's like I'm stylish as fuck. That's like one of them. Like, hey, he can dress. But then the other part is like, oh, the other part now though, getting back to is like, oh, there's actually some substance about what he's doing. So like he's actually like sharing some information that's valuable. And so right now I'm on this push to be like a lot more valuable in like what I'm sharing. I had this moment where I was trying to really figure out for the past couple of years how to share the information, the history that I want to share, but not, like I said, not be preachy, but not also be um but also make sure that I'm actually providing that information and value. So for my page, it's like this dude is cool and he
Yeah.
giving some game. Oh, I gotta rock with him. Like
So
that.
tell
That's
us
my
about
thing.
these.
The
Tell
slop
us about
style.
these filters though, because these filters, bro. There's something about this filter game that you kind of like. It's doing different. It's hitting
Yeah, yeah,
different. Even when I'm watching you right now on the stream, like I'm like, okay, what's going on? What this guy got going on?
yeah, yeah. So I so what I will say is this. I was thinking about this earlier because we had a conversation. You know how on you know how in basketball or in rap, they always say like older rappers always say rap is a young man's sport. For me, I didn't want I didn't want social media to be a young man's game, if that makes sense.
Mm,
And I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm just saying that like it's constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. And I think for a lot of us, we always go get stuck into like this is what Instagram was when I first was on here. So I wanted to be like that. Why it ain't going back to this? And it's continuing to keep growing and growing, and people are getting better. It's like the same thing with hoop, right? The
yeah,
players we thought it was crazy when people was throwing out the backboard. They flipping 360 and dunking now, right? It's just crazy. And it's gonna
yeah,
keep evolving. So for me, I wanted to keep evolving. And I really, really, really got interested in cinematography, and because I've seen a lot of creators like being more like creating their content that it's like more cinematographic. And so I really got started studying it and I'm pushing it now. Like for me, it's like, yo, as a creator, I think everyone should be just like you playing a sport. Like every year, every off season, you need to go into the lab and get some more, you feel me, moves in your toolbox in your arsenal so that when you come back out, you're doing better. So that's where I'm at right now. And that's kind of where the content is going. It's like the filter is not a filter, but it's more of like color grading. So I'm color grading my stuff right now. So all my
mhm.
footage is being color graded. You can it's dope because you can make a feeling just from color grading.
So tell people what color grading is.
Yeah, so color grading, I'm not the best at it, but what I will say is color grading is where you manipulate your your images to give it a certain kind of feel. So you can give it a warm feel, you can give it a cool feel, you can give it a vintage feel. All that's by like color grading. If you look at cinematography in movies, everything is color graded, so it gives this one great look. So if it's a throwback film, they'll make it look a certain way, give it a certain kind of mood, and that filter will be throughout, or that color grade will be throughout the whole entire movie. So color
Yeah,
grade is something you use. It's pretty much they have it actually on the new iPhone where you can shoot it in log, which is kind of the footage where it's processing more of the information and it comes out flat. So I wasn't able to change it. So for right now, if you look at my images right now, if you look at me, it's still in S log, which is on my camera. and so it's a lot more flat. You don't have the colors, but if I was to take this all of this content right here or all this video right here, when I put it in the production in the editing app, I can like manipulate it and turn up some of the colors, make them more vibrant or make them more saturated and stuff like that.
Yeah, listen.
Hey, yo.
This guy is dropping fire. Like you say you're not that good at it, but you just gave a good definition of it. And like I understand it, and hopefully you guys understand it as well with color grading. If you never heard of it, I didn't know my new iPhone could do it because the iPhone 15, I got the newest one, the
Mhm.
iPhone Max Pro, so I should be able to do
Yeah,
that.
you should be able to use log. Yep, just go in there and change it to log, and you can use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, I like the look. Now, also, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna see if I can find this other video, and I wanna like we want to get some game from you because I'm like, okay, my guy is on here, and I was like, I've been waiting to ask these questions. Look behind you, bro. Look behind you. Talk about this light because I think this light is even behind you right now. Like this mood like you got back there, like is this something you've kind of like added recently? Like tell us about it, like what made you want to go ahead and get this light to put behind you?
Um, so the technical term for these kind of lights, right, are called practicals. Um, yeah, so it's crazy because when you do this research, you really get it. So yeah, so these lights are like practical lights, and they just add more, life to your videos, to your framing. And so I've been trying to learn lighting for the longest. It is once you get it, you know it. But to
Yeah,
learn it, I was racking my brain around. I was like, yo, why can I get the light to show? Like, why is it not showing the color like everybody else in those other videos? And once you learn how to light, bro, it's like the best thing because man, it really just sets a mood. So that light in there, I saw this one creator, she just did videos in her living room. And I was like, I want to try to just make some videos in my living room. And because I've been watching all these videos on YouTube and looking on Instagram, I understood like how people were putting practicals in the back of them. Just having those little lights there just helps a lot. Even how you got your lights in the back, like practical lights were just really important in framing your videos. And so I was like, man, let me go and make my own frame myself the way I want to frame it. Still minimum, and I'm still working on it, particularly in my living room. But yes, I picked that light. That's like a Govee light. It's like a floor light. Um, I put it in there, and I knew the color I wanted to have it on. I like that like orange, just kind of burnt color. It's like this warm feeling. So I'm talking about information, and I'm trying to get your attention. And I think that it's kind of an inviting color and feeling and mood.
it definitely does. It definitely does. I'm gonna show you real quick, like something that I just ordered off of Amazon. I haven't shown anybody yet, but it's on its way. So see this light?
Oh, you got it. You got your own one. Your own
Yeah,
set.
I got my own one. It doesn't say Super Ninja, by the way. Okay, it doesn't say Super. It says CJ the Creator, and I had this made, and it's being shipped here. And so it's on its way. So honestly, within any day now, it'll be behind me
Okay.
over here.
I see the vision already.
You
I
already see
see
it.
it.
It's already there.
I see it. It's already there. Yep.
And so honestly, so that's gonna be something that's gonna be added. And then also like these lights behind me. So first of all, I had to learn. This is still me learning, right? So that's what I tell people when they get started on YouTube, don't wait because you're just gonna figure it out. As you said, with lighting, with all this stuff, you're gonna get better.
Hmm.
This light right here, it says right here, it says on air, but
Hmm.
you can't see that. I can, but I am learning the distance and how far things can be. The glass that's behind makes it like it's almost shining on itself, so you can't see where it says on air in front of that MacBook there. Right,
Hmm.
it's too far. If it was closer and I was using a different camera, it would work out. So I'm like, okay, let me get this light over here, right, with the right actual LED sign, and then I'm going to change this out and I'm going to order something else new for that. But it's just like learning on the go. And that's the whole thing about creating is like I tell people like the blue light, it's like the wall is blue behind me. That's because I got the TV on over here. That's like I got the TV on just to get that blue light.
Hmm.
And it's like however you need to do to get things started, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to get things started right away. It's just getting started and then figuring out as you go. Jonathan said those lights are a vibe. Been looking for those for a minute. Like how much did you invest for the light that you have there,
The light,
Vic?
so that one in the back that I used from that video you're showing, it's actually back here too. And I wasn't able to change my aperture and stuff so you can see the color. But that was like 100. I was like 100, 120. I got that, but I got that like a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I invested that, but my regular lights, I spent like $50 on like my key light, which is the
Mm-hmm.
one that's shining from here on this side. It's like that's shining on me. That one was like 50. Then I got a couple other ones. I think I might have paid like another 60, 70 for, but I'm about to get like some cob lights very soon, or a cob light, like a strong one. So I'm
What
working
is
on
it
that one
called?
next.
Cob light?
Huh?
What is it called?
It's called cob light. So that is just it's much stronger. I think the one I'm trying to get is a Godox, but there's also the aperture 60D. Amaran 60D would be a good one to look into. Amaran, Amaran, I think 60D. Those kind of lights, or the
60. Look,
Godox,
we
or
we live with it. We
yeah,
live with
I
it.
got
So
you.
look,
Yeah,
this is where we at.
yeah. So
Come on.
those are like those are called cob lights. But those
Mm-hmm.
ones like are very strong, and it'll give you like the light equivalent to daylight. That makes sense, and it changes, so you can warm it or you can make it darker. So those are like the lights that the professionals. One of the lights that the professional uses.
Yeah.
Um, that's like a second. That I would say go to that after you didn't use the other ones, right? So if you go to Amazon and just type in like um, studio light with softbox, you can find one for $50, which is the one I'm using right now. It's just
Mm.
because I'm learning a little bit more with lighting now that I think I can invest in one of those. There's another one that's from another brand called Godox. That one's like a little cheaper than that Amaran 60D, but yeah, cob lights are the next investment.
Come on now. He dropping bombs. And I just want to say that honestly, these lights definitely change the game. Like definitely want to continue to learn more about them. And invest in that stuff. But really, like you've kind of like I know for the YouTubers, they've been into this for a minute, right?
Yeah.
YouTubers, but now it's being taken to
Mhm.
Instagram, but people like yourself and such, because like you said, just speaking to the camera is one thing, but now it's like you give a different feel, different energy, like it's a whole different vibe. And then your voice in itself lends itself to the whole mood plus the light, and then like even the colors of your fonts.
Mhm.
So like do you is it, you have the colors of your fonts always consistently the same color to stay
Yeah.
on a brand? Is that what you're trying to do? Or is it
Yeah.
a feel that you want behind it?
Yeah, I've again, like I said, for me, I'm visual, and I learn by like seeing. So I do a lot of research on, and when I find stuff I like, I start looking how everybody else is doing it, and if I like it, the idea is you got to take a little from everybody, right? So I saw folks using that. I was like, a lot of folks are using like yellow, this yellowish orange color. I was like, maybe because it just sticks out and it pops out more at people now instead of like just regular white. And I was like, yep, I'm gonna use it. So don't be afraid to take some stuff.
Yeah, I would say also sometimes there's science behind stuff.
Yeah,
Sometimes
science. That's what
there's
I'm saying.
like
Science behind it.
sometimes there's like, well, they said this color and this thing makes it the person psychologically feel a certain way. Like this, maybe
Mhm.
something about yellow that's just easier for people to read, or they feel a
I
certain
think that's definitely what it is. It's like very easy for folks to read when it's in this yellow color.
hmm And it's funny because last time we talked, you hit me up, right? What was it? When did you hit me up?
I want to say that was October, or
And you remember what you asked me?
November, maybe November, early late October.
hmm You remember
Uh,
what you asked me though?
yeah, I was asking you about social media management. I was asking about
hmm
social media management because I was looking into getting into it. So I had
hmm
like all these questions. For me, I have a research background. I went to the University of California, Berkeley, and so I'm a research. That's a research one institution. So I'm just all about research. So when it's something new I'm trying to get into, my
hmm
first thing always to do is to go to people I know who are doing what I want to do, and I have no issue being like, "Hey, I'm trying to do this. What can you tell me?" And I soak up as much game as I can, learn as much as I can. Not like trying to be perfect before I do it, but just getting a grasp on how folks who are in that are doing it, and I take what I need, and then I start doing it, and then I know the rest I'm gonna learn about. But that's what I was asking you about.
Do it.
Do it,
Just
do it.
do it. See, look at that. That was perfect. Like, but it made me think just now. I need a clapper sound. I need like a yay. I need that.
Uh-huh.
But no, it's it's so true because you can't be scared to like ask questions. And I think that, the fact that we even have that relationship, like I try to make myself like accessible to, the people I know would be accessible to me.
Mhm,
And like, if I ask you anything, you'll be like, oh yeah, yeah, this is how I do it, boom, boom, the same
mhm.
thing. So when we had a conversation about social media management, after that, because we can go into some details about it, but do you feel like that's still something you want to do, or you kind of feel like, I'm not really sure now?
Oh, I'm doing it. I
You're
just ain't
doing it now.
I just not, like, publicizing it yet.
Oh, okay, so
So
you're doing it not just for you, obviously your brand, but
yeah,
other brands.
yeah. So I started
Okay.
yeah, so, like, maybe a couple of weeks after that, I started, and so I did learn that I might not need to take as many clients on as I thought I
Oh,
was
man,
gonna try to do. So I'm
tell me.
scaling back for sure, but no, it's still in motion. It's still in motion. Yeah, because you just start thinking so what happens is you start just thinking about and calculating money. And then you start thinking like, "Oh, I got these people money. I gotta actually make this content for them."
Yeah.
And that's like 3 or 4 people, 5 people that are expecting they don't give a about who else you working with. Where's my stuff? When is it gonna be here? How did they want to know that? So I definitely scale back and then pushing it back a little bit until I free up because I'm still doing some stuff for me as well. So when I get a little more time, I'm gonna do more. But yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm still rocking with it.
So listen, that's so first of all, congratulations on that. And like I said, the social media management when we talked about it, and that was it's one of those lessons you did learn on your own is that you'll get the clients. That's not the problem. The
Mhm.
problem is keeping up with the demand if you take on too much too fast.
Yeah.
Too much too fast, and then you get to the point where it's like, and then honestly, to be honest with you, is about knowing if like certain clients you can probably deal with a lot easier than others.
Yep. I learned that quickly in the
Some
beginning.
are like super, super picky and super like everything is like that. And then there's some that usually, and this is not always, but usually the higher paying ones are kind of like more hands off. Like I'm paying you enough where you should handle it yourself.
Mhm.
I am paying you enough where I'm trusting your expertise to get it done. It's usually like when somebody doesn't want to pay enough or more, like them for your value time, they feel like, well, they're still involved enough where you're not even worth what you really are worth.
Hey, you preaching. They or they feel like you work for them, like you're their employee. It's like, bro, I don't work
Mm,
for you. I'm just like I don't work for you. So I don't know why
yeah,
you
like
don't
people
work
like,
for
and
me.
then see the another thing about social media management is that people don't value it where they realize, and this is what I always tell people when especially if you want to have a conversation with not just a small business, I would say any business, because really you want to emphasize it to a small business because they don't really get it as much as like um you are not just the face of social media, like as far as content creation, coming up with ideas, concepts, marketing, PR, like customer service. All of these things are tied in, especially if you're making a post and you're answering the comments. I'm like, as soon as something goes wrong, who's the first person that that's gonna see that comment or that negative comment or negative post on social media is you. You may
Mhm.
be responsible for replying to it. You may be responsible for taking a piece of content down or archiving it or making a new piece of content to address and put out a fire potentially. Like there's so many levels of just social media management. It's not just that. Then they'll expect you, oh well, sales are down. Well, yeah, I'm not just a I'm not a salesperson. I'm I'm content management for social media. I'm running the social media page. But then they try to tie in all these things into one, but they want to give you the price of one.
Yeah, exactly. And be, because I'm fortunate enough to be a one man shop for a lot of the things, like they start to think that just comes with it. It's like actually no, I don't have to do any of this graphic. Like I'm not supposed to be building your brand for you. If I'm just social media management, I'm just managing what you should
Oh yeah,
already
you
have.
supposed to come. They want you to come up with the colors,
They want the colors, they want the
graphics.
style, they want me to edit the videos, like
Oh yeah.
cre it can be a lot. So you gotta learn who you work with. So I learned that quickly. I also learned that my sauce is my sauce, and you can try to recreate my sauce, but you also gonna go back and be like, damn, I can't do it. So somebody I was working with, I guess they didn't like my rate,
Mhm.
and it probably was negotiable to be honest, but I guess they maybe didn't feel like they could negotiate the rate or whatever. Um, So then they kind of like tried to start doing it themselves. And I went up to them because I was checking in to be like, yo, what's up? When we gonna get back going? Da, da, da. And I
Yeah.
saw them kind of trying to do it. And then later on they hit me and was like, yo, bro, like we
Yo,
gotta
wait a
talk.
second. They were trying to copy your style.
Yeah, they was trying to do what I was doing for them, but then
Oh,
was
okay.
like what I was doing for them. And so then they was like,
Yeah.
they kind of was like, yo, bro, the way we work together is different. So I like we gotta work, you know what I mean? So you learn, you live and you learn.
Like you F around and find out.
Yes, it's confidence, you know what I mean? It's a confidence builder too. Like some of it, like as you do more,
Yeah.
because you know
Like,
we've been
yo.
doing this for a minute. Like I know all this stuff.
So yeah, I'm glad you said that. Sometimes people got to find out like it's not as easy as you think. You think it's just oh yeah, I got it, I got it. I'll take your hand now. I see what he's doing as a social media management now. Oh, I just needed him to get me rolling. Now I'm good. And then you look back 30 days later, and it's like hell. Sometimes maybe 30 days later, and like, oh, you didn't fell all the way off. You didn't fell all the way off. You overestimated your abilities and you underestimated yours. You understand?
Exactly.
They underestimated yours. It's like, come on, like, nah, we're not doing that. So yeah, so in general, like with the social media management stuff, you got that going. So you're not taking any more clients, right? You're kind of chill.
Um, yeah, I'm a little open, but yeah, I think it's what people need, right? So I was, and I think you talked to me about this. I was mixing social media management and content creation. I was mixing them
Mm,
together.
come on
So
now, tell them the difference.
yeah, so I'm not the best person with it, but I would say content social media management is me managing the platforms, right? Me making sure facilitating the post going out, and then if so added on I could answer questions in there, or reply to DMs and stuff, but I'm just managing them, meaning when I'm the manager there's other people doing the other stuff to make sure that the content is created. It's up to another person to create the content, to come up with the inspiration or the ideas if they want to, like all that. I'm just literally there to make sure it's posted at a certain time, to make it answer, and to do all that, and to come up with a schedule and a calendar for what you do. That's what content management is. But creation is me actually like being like, okay, we're gonna film this on this day. I'm gonna film it, I'm gonna edit it, and then I'm gonna make it ready to be posted. And I'm gonna go back to you and take your advice on what you want to change. And all those are two different roles, which you can have somebody can do both, but those are two different price points and two different roles. And so that part, I had to learn that, but all that comes again with experience and confidence. To be honest, it comes with experience and confidence to be able to understand that, to be able to say, "Hey, I'm doing multiple jobs for you," and it all depends on where you at. So for some people, if I know it's that, I'll do it, but it just depends. I think it's a depend thing.
No, that's facts right there, man. It's such a number. It's such a thing where I don't know why. I guess I can say I do know why. It's such a new position.
Hmm.
It's such a new position in just the space. Like social media is still so new. Did like everything we're doing is so new. Like we're the first generations on social media. We're first generations creating businesses, first generations having to market ourselves and create brands from scratch and boom, boom. So we're still like realizing, like, yeah, the person who may be best at making content may not be the best at managing page, who may not be the best at even running the ads on that page,
Page.
that may
Hmm.
not be the best at speaking to the customers,
Yeah.
right? Is that doesn't have to be the same person. And then if it is the same person, they need to be on your staff full time and you need to be paying full time rates. And if you
Exactly.
really want to pay full time rates, you got to be paying a good salary because it's good talent is not easy to keep on a cheap rate.
Hmm.
So it's so many lessons to be learned. It's like, yo, you really want somebody like if they want a Vic on the payroll full time, that's a bag. It's a couple of bags. You
Yeah,
know what
that's like
I'm
doing all these different. Yeah, and I think that. So from yeah, I'll just say yes.
saying? He's like, I got nothing to add to that. So tell us, all right, what's next for you? What's coming up later this year? What you got cooking for 2024? What's the goals?
Interestingly enough, I'm going to be dipping my waters in the YouTube pool very soon. I've been doing my research and doing all my stuff, so I got what I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing. I'm really excited about it. It's coming. It's coming together now. It's just about, like you said, about doing. So I'm working on my channel right now.
Do it.
Yep. So I'm working on the
Just
channel right
do
now.
it.
The thing is, what I'm doing requires a lot of research
Mhm.
beforehand, so I can't just like get into it. I got to like research and get everything together. But when it starts, it's gonna be crazy because it fully encapsulates what I've been trying to do for Run the World. So I'm like really really excited because since I started the brand, this is how I actually wanted to actualize it. It was like, how do I? Because for people who are not going to be see me every day, that I can't just stop when I'm at a market and be like, hey, this is what the brand is about. This is what this particular piece is about. How are they
Mhm.
going to get that information? And so I've learned using YouTube, people are way more likely to watch a video for 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes than they are on Instagram, want something that they want to be 30 seconds to a minute and a half. So
Come on now, like,
that's why I'm like, okay, I got to get into the YouTube game. And once I do that, I think it's over.
so there's just too many points you made there. I got a couple touch on a couple though,
Yeah.
and that was the YouTube. Like, this is why I've kind of like I knew last year I wanted to do it, but I just,
Mhm.
how sometimes you just get busy and you kind of like let one excuse turn into another excuse, turn into another excuse why you haven't done something. That's kind of what I've done with YouTube last year. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it this year. I'm like, I don't care, regardless of what, I am going to, and that started in December. I'm going to be here minimum once a week, minimum every Wednesday, every Monday night. I said every Monday. So I just left an event. I'm super tired, no matter what. And guess what? Trust me, before this live came on, I was dead. I was sitting here. I was like, I'm like, how am I going to do this?
Mhm.
But I'm like, I'm going to do it because I'm holding myself accountable. But on top of that, more importantly, um, it was one of those things. Like, I posted this on Instagram recently, and I said, I'm tired of being in the box. And I feel like this box on social media where it's like everything is a 15 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, boom, 30 seconds. And if you've noticed, if people follow me on Instagram, I've been posting longer reels, like sometimes even more than 2 minutes. Like, there's
Mhm.
a way you can post reels like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Like, it don't have to be just 90 seconds. You
Mhm.
just have to make a post instead of a reel, but it's still
Mhm.
going to show in the same format.
Yeah.
But either way, I've been starting to post longer ones, like cinematic stuff, more skits,
Mhm.
longer reviews. Like, I did a review for Ebony for Weekend last year. It was like 5 minutes long. And I was like, there's no way I can fit everything in a 90 seconds. So I'm like, if your attention span, it sucks that bad that you can't pay attention to. And first of all, I know my content is dope. So I don't even have to question that. It's just a
Mhm.
matter of, if it's for you, you will stick around, because the more people like this, literally people on this live watching, they've been watching from the beginning 42 minutes ago.
Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all
Oh
staying
yeah.
for
First
real.
of all, yes, appreciate y'all for real. Like, like 42 minutes and we are still going and they locked in. And there's more and more people like us who literally watch YouTube as television. Like, that is the
Same here.
cable now. When did you cut the cord? Did you cut the cord, or because I did
Like,
years ago, bro?
yeah, I've been cut the cord. Yeah. I don't
How many years
man,
ago?
I don't know, maybe like 2015 or something, bro.
Look, just Sean said we in here. Dev said content is dope. Yeah, look, appreciate it. And so people will literally tap in with this, and will watch it. Like you said, we could do the 42-second reel trying to squeeze in information, but you can't have real conversation. You can't have real thoughts developed, and sometimes you can have a developed thought that happens because we've talked 42 minutes that we
Mhm.
wouldn't have come up with by trying to squeeze everything into a few seconds. Like, really, I've noticed with these lives, the gems that come out are usually towards the end.
Mm.
And that's when, because you come in with a goal and you're gonna hit certain things, hit certain points, because that's what it's about. But then later on, it might be something we might talk about, one website that changes someone's whole game. Like, elevate somebody. You might talk about a light fixture, or you might talk about a way you edit something, or reason that you've created something, and it helps somebody at the very end. Like, literally was lady on the last live, or it's 2 lives ago, where she asked a question, answered it for her. She literally DMs me next day. It's like, oh man, thank you so much. I love it here. You're amazing. I
Mhm.
appreciate it. I've been stuck in this place. You don't get that in the 30-second reel.
No, for real. So yeah. Yep. So I'm diving into that. I'm really excited about that.
And
And
so
yeah,
you thinking you're gonna do lives or pre-recorded or both?
for sure pre-recorded. I think at some point definitely lives as well. Um, yeah, but for sure pre-recorded. I'm not opposed to lives though. I just want to build it a little bit, but for
Mhm.
sure pre-record.
So, by the way, speaking of building it, you know how many subscribers I'm at?
You got your 1,000?
I'm at 976.
Okay, you close. You're gonna get there.
So I just need to know, is Vic following the page?
No, you didn't send it to me. You said you were sending it to me. You didn't send it to me.
Hey, yup.
Vic is on here. Hold on.
Hey,
He,
yup.
Another one.
Hey, yup.
hey, he said he was gonna send it to me yesterday, and I've yet to get it. So he must not want my follow. That's all I can say. But I'm gonna
he
do it
gonna,
right now because I can
he gonna,
look.
he gonna subscribe. So we're gonna be at
Hey,
977.
yup.
I
I
can't
got
believe
you
it.
right
So,
now.
but don't
Okay.
worry about it. He's on the live, so that's even more. But hey, he's about to show the love. Matter of
What
fact,
is it? Is it
let me find yours.
CJ the
Is
creator? Is it CJ the
yeah,
creator?
yeah, with two E's. Or you can just search fit with CJ and it'll come up. Fit with CJ. Hello, they said that's right. Content is dope. And then Deb dropping the fires. I appreciate it. And by while you looking that up, you know, I posted, the Instagram channels, Instagram channels, right?
Uh-huh.
I posted in there that I'm thinking about for the people I promote this. All right, hold on. We just got an update. Hold on. We at 977. Let's go.
Get
977.
it.
23 away.
Got this.
23 away. Let's get it. When we get to that thousand, one of the things I was saying is the people that are engaged. Yeah, 1,000 subs be coming this week. I appreciate it, Sean. I said that we are going to give away a PlayStation 5.
Oh, you out here. I'm
Oh,
trying to
we
be
are.
like, see, can I be like you when I grow up, bro? For
Yeah.
real.
So first of all, sometimes you be like, "Damn, why did I say that?" I really do. I ain't gonna lie, but I was
It's an
like,
investment though. You get that. It's an investment because you get them 1,000 subs and they get good. It can get good. The potential
so
has the
I'll say
potential to get
this.
good.
I'll say this. It's one of those things. I used to do giveaways all the time, and that was a way that I honestly built my email list to over 8,000 people on my
Mhm.
email list. It was like giving away stuff that was in health and wellness. So like, it was like, what do you call those watches? Fitbits, Garmin watches. We gave away sneakers before. Then we started giving away concert tickets. We were giving away a lot of things to kind of entice people to be engaged with our pages and jump on my email list. Well, with that being said, it was like now, like for the last 2-3 years, I haven't done it. So I was like, oh, it's time to do it again. So why not do it for the people who are tapped in on my YouTube, that are watching, that are engaging. So
Mhm.
when we get to 1,000, what I'm gonna do is the people that are here, like I know who's here. Like I see Jonathan here, I see Sean in here, I see Deborah in here, I see Ash in here, I see the people that come in here, Najee and everybody who types in. I'm gonna go through all the comments because all the comments are saved, all the captions, all that stuff, and the people that all these names are gonna be put into a raffle. And then what I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna like give 5 of them, random 5. I don't know who's 5. 5 of those people that are most engaged and subscribe, some questions. And if they answer the questions right, they get the PlayStation 5.
Oh, nice.
Because I was thinking about it's like that's how the radio shows do it. They kind of like put it out there. So that makes sure you're paying attention.
Yeah.
So I might be like, we have Vic on. What's the name of his clothing brand? Or
Uh-huh.
what's the name? Give me his website. Give me something. I
Yeah.
might say something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I have Vic on. You know what his caption was on his name when he was in here? Run the world, Vic. All right, boom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. So you're gonna have to answer questions, but you gotta be paying attention. And that's how you know those are the most engaged people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I'm
Mhm.
about to throw out $500.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna use that too. I'm gonna use something like that so I can get to my subscribers when I got it going. So yeah.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I put that out there and we literally went up like almost 20 subscribers today.
Yep, see, that's all. I mean, whatever. Hey, whatever it takes to get where you got to get to, man. You got to do it. You got to do it, man.
And I don't mind it because honestly, the whole goal is not just to do what we do, because what we do is like the passion.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for us to keep doing it and to do even better, is to make money from it. Because, like, honestly, like, there's a lot of YouTubers I know that make over 6 figures, like, personally, people that I know. And it's like, well, if they can do this full time and I can do this full time, imagine how much more time I can invest in it. The better guests that I can invest in, the better studio I can invest in, the more times I can do it. Like, once you start getting into the monetization point, it's like, oh, okay, now I'm really like, psh. And it's crazy because once you start getting monetized and you're getting money off of old videos from years ago, like I'm literally getting comments and videos from stuff 4 years ago, Vic, and
Yeah,
it's crazy on Instagram. After like couple of weeks, is it's dead.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think that's the important thing. And what you're saying is that making sure that whatever content that you're creating, one may has value, and because whatever the content that you have creates value and is valuable to groups of people, then it's going to always live on, particularly on YouTube, because it can be searched and it's a platform where people can search things and they're trying to learn information. So if you were adding some value to people's lives, they will make that a part of their lives. Like YouTube has become a part of my life now. It's like,
Mm.
oh snap, like I really use this platform more than I. So it's important.
YouTube is listen, it's everything to me because like I use regular YouTube for not only this, but to watch recaps of certain shows, to watch just get information, and then I have YouTube TV.
Yep, same here. Same
I
here.
like and with YouTube TV, the only first of all, the only reason I pay for YouTube TV is because of NFL. After the NFL season, it'll probably drop off for a little bit, right?
Uh,
Because I'm too busy for even a lot of TV, but I like to watch NFL like
I'm
on
in a family
Sunday.
plan, so I'm good.
Oh, you're in the fan. Oh, you can add
Yeah,
up to 5 people in there, right?
yep. So that's another hack, y'all, man. Hey,
Go
if you
ahead, tell
see
them the hack.
this, what less of a hack, but more of just like, hey, if you were doing subscription stuff, find the family part plans and split that with your friends, your family, because that would make it cheaper. I know
And they don't
people
do they don't block on location right now, right?
they do, they do. So y'all got to all be in kind of the same location. Well, here's the thing: you could be in a different location, but it'll be like, yo, are you here visiting for a little bit? And then it'll work for you for X amount of time. And then later on, if you still there, stay there over time, then you have to go back to your home location to be able to get back going. But they'll save the shows and stuff that you already saved, but you won't be able to watch them. So
Listen,
make sure
Netflix
that you
ain't
have, or
watching
have somebody in there that can sign in for you.
Netflix ain't watching this, so I'll say the same thing with Netflix. Like I was first of all, it's my Netflix account, but I'm never on it. So my family in New York, they're logged into it, and I guess somehow my sister took over the account because it's not in my name. I don't like I said, it's in my name, but I haven't logged in forever. So they think the home account is New York because I'm never logged into it, so it thinks it's there. And so when I tried to log in the other day, it's like, yeah, I'm like, what you mean I'm not home? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it sent her the text message that she had to give me the code talking about. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I can't even get into my own account no more.
yeah,
But yeah, they did the location thing. So I had to say I was traveling.
yeah. See, yeah. So that'll happen. But man, I know like you start paying for a lot of different things, so make sure that you are doing that. I think there was something that you said earlier that I did want to like push again. You were
Yeah.
talking about I know I was like that as well. I had to got to that point where I was always trying to like buy the newest thing. Like I can't start this because I haven't bought this. I need this piece of equipment before I can do this. All I gotta do is get this, and then I'm gonna be able to do this. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna do that. If you ain't doing it now, just because you get that piece of equipment, you might
Mm.
do it for the first week or couple of weeks, and then after that, you're not gonna use it no more. So, with that being said, when we talk about like starting out and doing things, make sure that you are like the minimum things that you can use in order to get what you need first before you start buying it. Like I'm definitely a advocate for buying the best equipment, but learn how to use the other stuff first before you start buying the best equipment. That would be some of my advice, because I think a lot of people are into like, well, I can't really get the camera I want, so I can't start the channel because I got to need the camera I want. When we all got phones, just use the phone. And if you know how to work the phone camera and make it look visually appealing, then when you get the real camera, it'll be easier. But if you don't know how to even make your phone camera do the things, because it's just as powerful for the most part as all the other one, as the DSLRs to some degree. And so if you can't even get your regular camera on the back of here to be able to do that, then you shouldn't be getting a DSLR.
Come on, that's a gem in itself. I used this example before in the show, and I said this is my first live stream. This is it right here. Like this is how the background looks. Right? It doesn't look like it does right now. I didn't have any graphics. I didn't have any sound effects. I didn't have any nothing. I just said I'm going on basic YouTube and I'm going live. And look, I had the sync behind me. I had all this stuff. It wasn't even the angle that I wanted. It wasn't nothing,
Uh-huh.
right? I just started. And that's the main thing. Like at some point, you just have to start, and
Yeah.
then over time, you see, like then I was like, oh well, let me turn off the lights, let me get it dark in here, let me then and so this is how StreamYard looked back then when I first still I didn't have like the purple background or the stuff around it and stuff like that. Man, why is it not loading in here? I don't know what's going on with this. But let me go back to it. There we go. So you see the background there looks a little bit different, but it was just me still starting. So cool. And I'm just building it up. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to find what works for me. And then here you go. And then here I am now with this. And then tomorrow or whatever day this sign comes, it'll be my name up here. And then it's just gonna advance. But like you said, this is about starting. And then I learned another trick by just starting. I was like, oh well, let me go on Instagram live over
Yep.
here, give them the side view, pin the thing on here and say, hey, I'm live on YouTube, tap in. I usually get just a couple people who can't really see what's going on, that want to see what's going on. They jump on over here. Like you just got to get started. Like you said, you can't have everything. It's not going to be perfect. There's no perfect. You're never done. You're always updating. You're always learning. And you just got to get started.
And I'm a component of and a message. And I'm a component of not just do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That guy, he's long. He's long winded. Go ahead.
And I am definitely an advocate of like never paying for full price for stuff. So look on OfferUp, look on Facebook Marketplace. If you have to have certain pieces of equipment, you can find it for cheaper. I found my DSLR camera on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody who thought they was going to start not a YouTube channel, but a podcast during the pandemic, and quickly found that they didn't want to do it and just had all this equipment laying around. And I was able to get the DSLR camera for a very good price.
Hey, this is a random question, top of my head. How often do you work out? Because I know you said you have this whole sex symbol thing
Sex
you was
symbol
working
yeah,
towards.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me
So,
about this whole sex symbol movement.
so sex symbol loading is a sex symbol loading is a movement I've created that is one about this ideal of setting goals, setting things that you have, setting goals for yourself and sticking to them. Like, so saying I'm gonna do something and actually doing it. And there's nothing sexier than saying I'm gonna do something and doing it. And part of it for me is going to the gym. So going to the gym at least 3 to 5 days a week and being in there and like that's it's nothing sexy about discipline, but there's another thing that if you stay disciplined enough, you'll see the results you want to see. And then nothing about being sexy. So yeah, so for me, sex symbol loaded has like a double meaning. Like I do have aspirations to be a sex symbol. That is like an actual aspiration of mine.
Hey, yo.
Like, okay.
No, for real. That is a real aspiration. And so that's a way of me keeping myself like to it though, right? Sex and below. And then everybody desires to be like more beautiful, whatever that may be for you, right? So it's just all about playing on that. I think I'm gonna make that like a sub brand to run the world too, because people be wanting like my sex and below and stuff I'll be wearing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just be making it for myself, but I'm gonna start making it for other people because people be wanting it.
Listen, I don't know if Deb is laughing at you or is this is
Maybe.
old, but yeah, I don't know. But she
Hey
still up there.
yo,
Oh yeah,
no,
the hey yo, that was a perfect fit right there.
that was a perfect. Hey yo, I got you. Yeah, yeah. Sex and below, man. Like yeah, hey. Ain't nothing sexier than you somebody that said they gonna do something and do it. You feel me? Like, ooh, she really said she was gonna.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
like, hey,
Boy,
and
ain't
she
no
really
way.
said she was going, and she did that for me, girl. Hey, check this out. Hey, you feel me? Let me go on there. But I will say, it
Hey,
ain't Emmy. It's not on me. It's Emmy. So hey,
so wait a second. You pulling up to Ebony Fit Weekend this year?
when is Ebony Fit Weekend?
Hey man, hey. You already know you can't be around me, and I ain't gonna ask you about it. So we got April 4th to the 7th in Houston because I know you travel.
Okay. Hey,
I
Houston
forget
might be the
when.
place to go, huh?
Oh, Houston. No, if there's anyone for you to go to, Houston is the move. Houston is the. I promise you that. Now, granted, Atlanta's gonna always pop, but it's home, so it doesn't feel the same.
I don't feel the
You
same
know what
way.
I'm saying? Like it don't feel like you sleep in your own bed. It's not the same as being in a hotel on the road, Airbnb parties. You popping around. You know what I'm saying? You making
Mhm.
moves. Deborah saying, "Oh, Houston is fire." Like,
Yeah, see.
telling you, it's the one.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we had like a 7-8 month build up towards it. We haven't had. I promise you, because I know stuff that nobody else knows. Because we haven't even released the whole lineup. We haven't released any of the lineup. Hundreds of people going crazy for the tickets, but because we put this together behind the scenes, and I know what I know, it is the one to
It's the
be
one to
at.
be at. It's the one to be at.
That's that.
All right. I'm
That's
gonna
it.
keep that in mind. Hey,
Houston, you want to be there, bro. And then Atlanta, it's gonna do what it do. So we're going to Toronto.
we're going to Toronto. We're going to the 6th.
We going to the 6. Six guy. I gotta have a Drake. I don't know how am I gonna have a stream deck without Drake? I'm slipping. All right, I gotta get Drake up on here. I need a Drake sound. What's a good? Give me a good Drake sound to put on here. I don't know.
I wouldn't know, but
Started from the bottom. Now we here.
maybe. I don't know. I like the one I like when he say I like the one when it's like, look at this. Look at this. This wasn't here before us. This wasn't here before us. Look
He
at
said,
this. Look
"Don't
at
forget
this.
my."
This
Oh
didn't
yeah.
exist before us.
We do it. That's a good one. I'm gonna look that one up. I'm gonna have to take that off of YouTube. Don't forget Miami.
Miami.
We're going to Miami. Going to Miami. JT, by the way.
Y'all not slick. Y'all know what y'all be doing when where y'all going. Y'all not slick.
Hey, we know exactly where we're going to
I know
DC
I
too.
see
We're
y'all.
going to Chocolate City.
You're gonna check. See, I see what y'all doing. I see it. I see it.
Hey man.
I
And
see
then
the vision, y'all.
then you have a little vacation in Aruba. I'm just saying.
Aruba.
Yeah. By the way, so okay. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, let us know real quick. If you have any questions for Vic before we get ready to wrap up here. But in general, I know we got hold on. If I go to the link in your bio,
No, it's
do
right
we
up right
have
now. I took it down so I could, do some stuff and
okay,
do
you
some
revamping.
anticipation. Yeah, so I can do some anticipation. Yeah.
You could already see Deb is number one home team. Listen, Aruba can't wait. She already locked in, bro.
Oh yeah, she
She
out
already
here.
locked in. Her and her husband, yeah, they locked in. They already locked in for Aruba. Tickets ain't even on sale yet. They locked in.
They what?
Luna, I see you.
They
Luna, I
connect
see
and
you.
respect it.
Oh yeah, connected and respected. I'm selling that. Hold
You can
on.
have that.
Hold on. Look, I'm like, I always say I'm like Chad Johnson and Nightcap. I'm just gonna let me write that down real quick. Respected and connected. All right. But what you got want to close us out with? Because I don't know if anybody's gonna have any questions there. Anything we should be looking forward to coming up in particular? Because I know we got the YouTube channel coming up. What else we got? Anything else?
Yeah, so right now I'm working on the collection or not even a collection, but I'm working on a piece that I'm trying to put out for Black History Month. It's gonna be pretty dope. It is around, I don't want to give it fully out, but it is around, I guess I will say this, it's around some aspect of Black solidarity. I'll say that, but like not in the way that you may think. And I think there's some history behind Black solidarity that came through the Vietnam War that I think a lot of people do and we use, and everybody is using it, but people don't know its history, its origin, and it's around like solidarity. And I'm going to be like creating a piece that's kind of inspired. It is inspired by it.
Yeah, listen, bro. You coming with it. You coming with it for sure. Hold on. Luna just said, "Are we not pulling up your YouTube page, Vic?"
Oh, I have one though. You can follow me though for sure. I don't have any follow. Actually, I don't have any followers at Run the World Vic on there right now. I got like some shorts that I did a while back, but I don't have any like videos on it yet. That's my YouTube page at Run the World Vic.
Hold on, man. At Run the World Vic, or it's just Run the World Vic?
It's just Run the World Vic, not at, but just Run the World Vic. Sorry.
Because I mean, YouTube ain't giving you no love because you ain't post nothing and let me.
It ain't posted anything. You might
have to send me the link.
Yeah, let me see. How does that work?
Because Yeah, we trying to support my brother, and they like, nah, he ain't post nothing. So I type run the world Vic, and then hold on, is it spaces or no spaces?
No spaces.
That's what I thought.
There we
Here
go.
you are, man. There we go.
Easy.
Subscriber number
You a
one. Just remember
subscriber.
who was number one. Hey, when you remember who was number
Who's number
one,
one? You was my number one subscriber. My
yeah.
first ever.
Look, this is one thing. Let's just talk about this for a second. Let's not sleep on this. What do you notice about Vic's page? I'm gonna give y'all a guess, 5 seconds, and he's gonna answer. What do you notice about his page that is interesting that from this post right here? Literally just this screen right here. What do you notice, Vic?
Oh, what do I notice? Oh, the views?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get in views, you got 174 views and then 70 views here without any subscribers. Zero subscribers, zero.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That was just
Zero.
shorts. I just did the shorts because they said you should do it. It was like when it
Yeah,
first was like
you
coming
ain't
out.
even got subscribers getting views.
Oh, damn, that's what's up. Shit. Shout outs to me, man. For real.
Uh, so I said first
Oh,
four
thank y'all.
flowers right here in the chat.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for real.
Hey, you know what? Let me drop this. Let me drop this in the chat. There's his YouTube channel. I dropped it in the chat, and I'm gonna drop it in the description so
Thank
people
y'all.
watch the recap.
Yeah, thank y'all. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And all right, cool. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of random questions before we get out of here.
Let's do it.
What's your favorite food?
I'm really basic. I'll say right now it's really been hamburgers. Randomly, I've been eating burgers, but my favorite food is a shrimp chicken Alfredo. It's like super basic. I didn't want to say it, but that's it.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, The Wiz.
Name 2 characters of The Wiz.
Are you disrespecting me, bro? The scarecrow Dorothy. Did I name
Hey,
the
yo.
scarecrow?
All right. What? All right.
Poison poppies.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Richard Pryor.
Who's your second favorite comedian?
Eddie Murphy.
Who's funnier, Cat Williams or Cedric the Entertainer?
Cat Williams.
It's not the wrong answer. It's your
No, I
opinion.
said Cat Williams.
You kind of said it like, I guess.
No. I mean, because my two tops are the goats of all time. So like, I don't like.
Wait a second. I mean, my favorite is Chris Rock, but that's just me. I know you probably like disrespect it, but Chris Rock is my favorite. I've listened to Richard Pryor, but I just resonate with Chris Rock. I don't know.
And I resonate with Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. But
yeah, that makes sense. Eddie's up there. Eddie's the top 3 for me.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. No, I like. I ain't gonna hold you though. This might be hot take.
Hold on. Hot take what?
I did like the way Cedric stole that joke, made it a spaceship. Like he I liked his version. I ain't gonna hold you. I liked his version. He was like, "What's up, nigga?" Bro, I liked his version. I ain't gonna hold you. I did like his version. Like when I saw the clip of Cat's version, I did like his more. I did like Cedric's more, but
so yeah, we understand we like the final result, but we also understand why Cat is mad.
No, he definitely stole the joke. But if you steal the joke, you got to make it better, and he did make it better. So that's all I'm saying.
So if he made it better, then it's okay.
No. So I think joke stealing and being inspired by people is just a part of art. But I think the issue was Cat said that we squashed it, and then you came on the show and then made it seem like you didn't steal my joke when it was already documented. I think that's the part. I think he had already understood that that's what people do, especially when you're on the lower tier at that time.
My thought was going with that when it comes to plagiarism a little bit. And this is a little bit different, but let's say if someone saw exactly your setup on Instagram, saw exactly what you did, so the exact colors, so the exact light, so the exact captions, so the exact way you sit in the microphone, everything you set up, how would you feel about that?
I feel like I'm that nigga. Hey, yo.
Boy, ain't no way.
You would be pissed,
Boy, ain't no
bro.
way,
You
boy.
would be pissed.
I don't.
Boy, ain't no
Are they
way.
doing the same content that I'm doing?
Yeah,
So everything is just me.
yeah.
Maybe
They
if
just
that's what it
literally
is.
mocking you.
Yeah, now that would be different. If you
They
mocking me, that's
literally
different.
just like copy jocking your whole style and then act like it's them.
Yeah, that'll suck. I'll be mad. I'll be hot.
The only thing they changed was their hat.
Yeah, I'll be mad.
That's the yeah, and that's Cedric, and he's like, no, but it's better on him.
No, it's not the same joke though. The story, it's the same joke, but the storyline was different.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And you know, so funny, like it was hard for me to hear the original Cat one because you know it's an old grainy video. It was hard for me to even keep up with it the same.
Yeah.
It just
Uh,
was.
hey, shout out to Cat Williams though. He's a national treasure. We need to protect him at all costs.
Yes, we have to because honestly, it ain't too many people brave enough to do it.
I'm just scared if all these things are the prerequisite to be famous in Hollywood, I am petrified for people, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I don't know how you use your platform if you can cuss or not, but god damn, I don't know how. That stuff is crazy. That's all.
Yeah, that's like
That's
how
all.
bad you want to be famous.
That's what it comes to. So it's like, how bad do you want to be famous, bro? Why? But why does it have to be that choice? The choices that he said that they had to choose between is crazy. Like you can't have nothing else. You can't say, "Hey, do 1,000 push-ups, go walk to get some cheesecake." Like, why do you have to go straight to the?
Now you got, hey, that's this is what they want. They want you to bend over, and that's it. It's crazy because honestly, but I'm not saying I'm surprised. I think we kind of would assume that,
And
but
he
just
just
not to
affirmed it.
the. He is just different when you hear it, like straight up vulgar. Like, hey, this is what it is, and yeah, there's people that you respect that have done it, right? And the thing is, you start thinking like, well, they probably did because honestly, it's like some of these people, I'm like, they really kind of did come out of nowhere. Like, you know, like sometimes we're like, I don't understand. It don't even make sense. Like, who chose you out of all people to be in certain positions? And it's like, and then you like, well, the track record don't really add up. Math ain't math.
Hey,
Mm.
God bless them people, man.
Amen. And I'm not. This is no hot take. Random hot take. I never thought Kevin Hart was like super funny. Like, I mean, if I'm entertained by him, and there's a difference between entertained, like I can watch a movie with him just fine. I will go to a Kevin Hart movie. Like I'm entertained by him, but it's not like I'm gonna be rolling out, dying laughing. Like I've been to a Chappelle comedy show and I left in tears. You know what I'm saying? I'll go see Chris Rock and I would probably die in tears. Like I with this, I was like, Kevin, I was like, I'm not going to fight no stadium to go see him. Like, I'm not. This is not me. Like, I get why people do, but that wasn't for me.
Yeah, my best friend, he loves Kevin Hart. I saw a good amount of his stand up because of him.
I just saw him at a conference 2 weeks ago. He was like, I was in the front row, Kevin Hart, and I. When I talk about entrepreneurship, I was listening to him because he understands business. But then, literally, I was like, man, a week later, I'm hearing this from Cat Williams. Like, did you really understand business, or was it so you start to question, right? It's like, what's a different type of business that you understood? I don't know,
Maybe
but
that's a
it's
part of business.
ooh,
I'm saying maybe that is if you want to get a certain level of success, maybe that's what it takes to in entertainment. Maybe that's what it takes. I
maybe I'll.
my other view is just that I don't think that that level of success and that level of notoriety and that level of fame and celebrity is natural. So it has to be manufactured. So I don't think you get to be any of that unless you it's being manufactured.
Mm,
And people
I,
want returns on their investment.
they do. Luna said, "Do you know they say that imitation is best
That's
form
how
of flattery."
that's why I say like I feel like that nigga if somebody was copying me, but if you said they saying everything verbatim that I said and just changing the hat, then that's kind of crazy. But
I
I
know
still
somebody who
think
makes those hats you wear, like handmade. She knits and does all that, and she will make that hat for you if you want a custom hat too. But I know you do it too. But I'm just saying, she will literally sit there and make a. I don't know how she do it. Super talented. Adrian, shout out to you.
shout out to Adrian.
Yeah. You got anything you want to throw at me, bro, before we get out of here?
Um, I'd have a question. Oh, this is a random one. This is gonna be a very random one.
How did that bubble come up on the screen?
I think it's like gestures or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a gesture. Like, how did that? Yeah, how did that? How come I don't have that?
You
I'm
ain't
not
got the
getting
sauce.
bubble. Nah, what the hell? Like, how is that, bro? What filter you got on there?
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
I'm not happy now. How y'all see this? How is he getting that? And I'm not. He got the balloon. You BSing me. Whatever, man.
Hey, it sucks for you, man. Hey, but this is a very random question. What's a song that describes how you feeling in this moment?
Mm, a song. That's it's funny. I said it earlier. Drake. Is that which one is it? Start from the bottom. Now we here. Is that nonstop?
No, it's just called Started from the Bottom.
Started from the bottom. Yeah. Started from the bottom. That's the one. Because like even the stuff I've done today, the last couple of weeks, I've had so many big conversations. Um, and people have reached out to me, um, with for opportunities that normally years ago when I reached out to for opportunities on their side really weren't entertaining. Really wasn't about accepting me, like, but this time, like right now, is like, oh, the tides are switched. Now the number I gave you, now you want to ring, you want to call, now you want to text, now you want to answer DMs faster. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, CJ. Was like, wait a second, you've known me for years, but now we got some juice.
You got some
Now
motion.
we got some motion. Is a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say that that's the one for me.
What would be the number one advice you would give someone starting off on YouTube?
For one, Luna, not saying that I'm not that cool. I wouldn't say that. That's number one advice. No, she was referring to the gestures. I don't know how the hell. I'm not happy. We're gonna figure this out. And he knows, he just won't tell us what the
I
gist
don't
is.
know. Honestly, I literally just did it. And it seemed like I don't know why putting a piece on will give you
Oh,
blind.
wait a second. Right now, are you using your a camera on phone?
I'm using the camera because I don't have a monitor. I don't have my monitor doesn't have a
Why?
camera on it, so I'm
Okay.
using my camera.
Um. So yeah, so I said talk is yeah. I'm gonna talk a little bit. Where you going, Deb? Bedtime? What you mean? You on Central? We on Eastern time over here. So I mean, we late. By the way, I don't know if you ever follow. If you guys follow Vic on Instagram, this dude to be on random times, be live. This dude,
Live.
I'm like, bro, where you on the West Coast, East Coast? I don't even be knowing.
I'll be on some. My lives be crazy though. They used to be crazy. I got to get back. I haven't been alive in a minute. I might actually go on tonight and say hello to folks. Actually, I might do
You
that.
should. You should. I'll pop in and watch, but I ain't know
Yeah,
about jumping on, but I'll
yeah.
watch. Um, but what was the question you asked me?
I
Oh,
asked
what
you,
was the
what's your
number
number
one?
one advice you would give somebody starting off on YouTube?
The number one advice I would give someone start out on YouTube is to be humble and understand that it's gonna be harder than any other social platform. So you have to give yourself grace. Um, don't hesitate to be. And I said that's not what I want to say. You want to be humble and you want to give yourself grace and you want to be consistent, understanding, learning that it's not like any other social platform out there. It's not. It is totally different. When I tell you, I can literally talk to you about for 3 hours everything that you need to do to be successful on YouTube. It literally is like that. It's not just going live like right now. It's not like there's prep that requires like the graphics, the intro,
Mm-hmm.
the descriptions, the tags, the making sure your stuff shows up and optimized for search, adding chapters so people when they want to watch the replay they have the chapters there, the different tags for the people that are on the live, making sure things are labeled so that it's not for kids, so you don't want to be demonetized by not labeling that. There's so many different descriptions and settings and all this stuff on the back end to make sure things look right, the thumbnails and so many things you have to consider even before you run promotional ads. Like you can actually run ads of your YouTube video,
Mm.
but you're gonna have to run that through Google AdSense and you have to have an account for that. So I know it's a long answer, but the answer is mainly giving yourself grace to learn it, because it can get overwhelming and it can break people right away where they're like they start posting and they just don't see success. But
Mm-hmm.
to really do it the right way, you're gonna need a lot of patience.
Okay. And then lastly, what would 2024 CJ tell 2020 CJ?
So 2024 CJ, what would tell 2020 CJ? Um, make YouTube your primary platform, and um, to save more money. Um, I was a little bit what was I gonna say? I was a little bit too aggressive, and I'm not gonna say that, and I'm not gonna want to say it in like in an regret way, but I was very aggressive in the Clubhouse era.
Mm,
And that time I feel would have been most benefited here. Now
mm,
I don't regret Clubhouse at all. Like I was on Clubhouse, like me and my buddy tomorrow, we did a Clubhouse show every morning, 7 a.m. for a year straight, 7 days a week, like an
oh, dang.
hour a day. If I would have took those hours and put into YouTube, I would be a way ahead. And it's not to say that Clubhouse is dead. It's just that it never grew to what the popularity. I mean, it slowed down from the popularity of what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would have took those 365 hours and put it into this platform, it would have been a lot further along.
Mm,
So that's what I would have told myself, is to make this the primary platform then, like I did in 2020 when I made Clubhouse like the
gotcha.
everyday platform. Like I
Mm-hmm.
literally spent a minimum of an hour on Clubhouse every day for that
Okay.
show,
Okay. And then
and it
so
was
this is
super.
like
Mhm.
I'm saying this is my last one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you good.
What how did you build your confidence just in everything, in particular around like social media? So like maybe one in regards to how you like present yourself talking on there, but then two, even like the idea of asking your audience to do stuff for you. Like how did you get confidence in those two things? Because you know what I'm saying? It takes a level of vulnerability, it takes a level of confidence to one, just get on screen and talk and say stuff to people, but also to be able to, ask your audience for stuff, whatever it may be, even if it's just, hey, I need y'all to follow me, please do it. Like that, that to me is like takes a level of confidence.
Yeah. The first confidence, the first question about how do I get confidence to talk to my audience. That was just one of those, you know, realizing that no matter what you do, that there's going to be an opportunity for some people to say negative things and be vulnerable. So I was just making myself vulnerable, but like, you know what, it doesn't matter what they say. And to ask people for stuff, it was crazy because my community is like it's very interesting. Like it's super positive, and I don't get a lot of negativity from it. So it was easy for me to ask them to do stuff, because they would ask me why I didn't ask them to do stuff. They were like, well, when are you gonna offer this? Or when are you gonna offer that? Or when are you gonna like, so they were almost asking me in a way to do more, to
Mm,
present more options to them, because they wanted either to be at more events, or if I say, hey, go buy this ticket, link is in my bio, well, that's because they were asking me for it. If I say, hey, you know, go click the link in my bio, I'm doing this giveaway. Well, they were like, hey, I would like to have that too. So it's like they were kind of asking me. The confidence comes from just realizing that, for one, it wasn't going to happen without me asking, and
mhm,
just they were asking me for it. And it's the only way you're going to really make money is to direct people to do something. They have to do something. And we're not to the point where we're Jay-Z, we can just drop a link or drop one flyer and then people are gonna go to the bio. Like that's not where we are. And so you kind of have to direct people. Um and the confidence I think is just gonna really come when you post 1,000 videos on your Instagram. At that point, you have no choice but to be confident because you're numb. You've kind of got what's they call it when you harden your skin. What is that called?
Callous.
Um, callous. You got the callous towards it. Like you kind of like cool, whatever happens. And honestly, another thing is like how this is how you protect your space and your sanity and the negativity from it all. Um, for one, you just block people. It's simple, but you can
Mm-hmm.
even put certain words that you know are trigger words for you that will make you feel negative or make you feel bad or make you do something and block those words from being in your comments. So there's certain words that people can use that can make anybody trip out. Well, guess what? Let's just go ahead and block those. So if you try to make that comment in my post, it doesn't even come through. I won't see it nor in my community. So making it a safe space. And so that's another way I would get confidence. And honestly, when you get a lot of comments. Like I've been getting comments on my page for a while. A lot of it has to do with because I comment on other people's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You support other people's stuff, and then we'll come back to yours. And that gave me the confidence. Like even if they're not gonna buy it. They're still gonna comment or laugh at it or whatever
Yeah,
because they're supporting me.
that's real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got to build that callus first, like building that callus and
It
understand. I
was a
think
callous. Like are you asking for yourself or are you asking for other people just in general?
a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Because do you feel like because I do notice like you're very much a value giver. You value. But if Vic comes on there and he says, "Yo, I got this new hat. You think it's swagged out? I got this new hat. Whatever. Boom, boom. It's for sale. I got 5 of them dropping today. Whatever. It's $40 each. Go ahead. I only got 5. You still gonna get the same engagement on it, even if you don't. Guess what? That's okay. And like you have to be okay. Like people's we were talking about earlier, people's attention span is so
Mm-hmm.
like it's not gonna be like, oh man, I I mean, what are they gonna think? Oh, Vic is selling something. Okay, we know you're an entrepreneur. We know you got a business. You gotta sell something. We're not gonna think any less of you because your next post, if it's something different, they'll engage with that too. Like, bro,
Right.
I mean, at that point, it's just a matter of just doing it, and then you'll see that you're gonna make those extra bucks.
I think that was the thing that when I first started out on social media, that I had to learn, and this probably happened within like the last couple of years, was just like you can't post something once and think that like you're done. You got to post that stuff multiple times. And I think me, being a creative person, you think, well, I posted it once, so I'm gonna go to the next thing. But a lot of people didn't see that, so you got to post it again and again and again and again and again and again. And I'm learning that now. But at first, I didn't know if that was like I didn't know or understand that. But I'm glad I do now. But I kind of got that from what you were saying too.
You will never, and I say this to people, and they get it kind of like, oh, they have this moment of, but I'm like, you will never get done putting out content unless you're done selling something. Like you're done selling the brand, showing like whatever it is, you're done selling something, you're done creating the brand, you're done getting the, building a community. Whenever you're done with that, that's when you stop posting content. Other than that, you're going to be posting forever.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not you, guess what? It's going to be the person you hire. So it's still coming out your pocket.
Yep.
So either way, the content never will stop. Even if you're running ads, it's still running content. Like you will never stop having to create it. You can only run the ad for so long before it's outdated.
Mm-hmm.
So you either need to get into it and be like, hey, and then one piece of content doesn't make you or define you. 10 pieces of content doesn't make you define you. Honestly, I've posted 2,000 times on Instagram. People don't remember it. They remember the last 5,
Exactly.
maybe the last
Maybe.
5. So at that point, it doesn't define you. And You just gotta keep it going. Real quick, we got a question from Sean. It says, to you, what was your most trying period in building and creating your apparel brand?
Oh, that's a good one. I think the beginning of just like putting yourself out there. I think so that would have been a question that I for sure would have asked and wanted like when I first started out. Cause it's hard because you're going against all these other brands like Nike and Supreme and all whatever brands was out when I started. Like you're going against all them and everybody knows these brands. So what's going to make yours different than them? Like what's going to make them want to buy yours when Nike is tried and true? So I think what happened for me was that like I just had like it was so difficult at the beginning of like cold turkey going up to people like, hey, look at what I got. I got these clothes. Would you like to buy it? Like that took a while. And like you said, that the fear of no, but you build a callus because you get so no so many times, but it only take one yes to get you where you want to be. And so while I might get way more no's than I get yes, I have had enough experiences with yeses where I can be like, I'm not tripping off that no. I gotta get these no's so I can get to that person that's gonna tell me yes. I won't know who's gonna tell me yes if I don't talk to other people. So I think that was the difficult part is trying to put myself out there and be like, hey, I got this, and being afraid of like me posting something about what I had and nobody buying it. But it's like that happened. I still was living, I still was breathing, I still could eat, I still was cool. Like all that shit was still there. So I just kept doing it. Or I go to events and people say, no, I'm not gonna buy it, or they won't stop. It's like, all right, let's keep going.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like, you know how many no's I had before I actually got a first sponsor for something? Like, I went to so many different people, so many different businesses, asking them, hey, I want you to sponsor this idea I had. I want you to sponsor this. I want you to sponsor that. I want to do this giveaway. Boom, boom, boom. Was told no. Was told no. You know how sometimes you get told no and they don't actually say no?
Mm-hmm.
You got the rejected door multiple times. And then there was one person, Polo, he owns Juice ATL, and he actually is co-owner of PT Cross Training not too far from here. And I went to him, I said, hey, I got this idea, boom, boom, this is the vision. He's like, I like it, kid. He's like, let's run it. And it
Mm-hmm.
just went like that. And then it was like, boom, that first one. Then when we got that first one, I had the confidence, like, okay, somebody believes in me. Now I can keep I went to another company and I said, hey, I got this company over here. They agreed to sponsor me. And guess what? Now this second company said, oh, yeah, yeah, too. We'll do it too. Next thing you
Mm-hmm.
know, I have 4 sponsors because one said yes.
That's
But
all it takes. That
I could have asked 5 before then, and they all said no. But because I kept going, the one yes turned into even more yeses,
mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
that's just how
absolutely.
it goes. That's as real as it gets, bro.
Yeah, that was the hardest part for me. I was like, bruh, I gotta go up and talk to people. Like first I'd be in my booths and stuff, and I'd just be sitting there hoping people stop and trying to do something to get people to stop. Then I just got to the point, I was like, man, hey, I can't keep losing out on this money. So let me go talk to somebody. Hey. And so then you learn, right? You learn how to talk to people. You learn how to say your pitch in a way where it just comes off as like, you know what I mean? It just rolls off your tongue. Like, so one of the things I did was when I first moved out here, I went to Little Five and I would just be out there on the street trying to sell my clothes. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
when I first moved out here, I was like, bro, I'm gonna go to Little Five and just go out there. And that's how I honed like being able to talk about what the brand was about. So I'd be like, yo, can I talk to you for 30 seconds? I need 30 seconds of your time. And people give you 30 seconds, like 30 seconds isn't that long.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
had to learn how to say my speech around what Run the World was in 30 seconds. And I'm such a pro at that now because I did that so much like in Little Five, just being on the streets, just trying to sell the clothes. So I
I'm
learned
about to
it. But
say,
yeah.
damn thumb. This damn thumb keeps showing up.
Hey man, it's good. No, it's just they rock with me. StreamYard sponsor me. It's all good. I'm out here promoting how y'all stuff get down. It's all good.
God damn, I'm not happy. I'm gonna go on YouTube
I
later.
honestly don't know what it is because I don't use StreamYard, so I don't know. But I
I
guess
don't even know if it's a StreamYard thing.
I'm only using my camera, so I don't know what would it be.
It has to be the
Do
camera.
you have a Mac?
Yeah, it's behind me. I'm not using the Mac right now
Oh,
though.
see, I'm using the Mac.
That's probably what it is. It's probably a Mac thing because I bet you my iPhone would do it. I bet you my iPhone would do it. Not messing with you, man. Uh, All right, so listen, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Tell people one more time where they can follow you if they haven't already, and then we're gonna wrap up. And you going live tonight? You going live?
I don't know. I'm debating. I gotta see how I'm feeling. I still want to make this video tonight. I'm trying to do one. That gym I just gave y'all about the toolbox and want to be better and put some stuff in your arsenal. I think I'm about to make a short little video about that for tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna do that. But you can follow me at Run the World Vic and follow my brand at Run the World Clothing. I appreciate you on any platform that you may think I'm on, Twitter, Threads, all them platforms. Just type in Run the World Vic and I'm on there as Run the World Vic. What'd you say?
Are you on X too?
I mean, I have one. I don't use it as much, but yeah, you can find me on follow me X. I don't do anything on there, but I'm on X. You can follow me on there, follow me on Threads, follow me on what else I'm on? Cause I don't even TikTok.
Hey,
you can follow me on TikTok on there.
we're gonna hold you accountable. We're gonna hold you accountable. What when you come back, when are you gonna be active on YouTube? When we're gonna get this
next month?
So February,
Sure.
we got YouTube videos coming once a
Easy.
week.
Easy. Yes. I'm gonna start once a week. Yeah, that'll be the goal. Once a week. Yeah, I can do 4. Yeah, y'all gonna appreciate those videos though. I promise you, you're gonna appreciate what I got coming.
Oh yeah, you already know it's gonna be crazy creative, bro. I appreciate you coming on. And I was gonna say when we wrap up here, just stay. Don't click off yet because you're gonna go in the bottom. But we're gonna talk behind the scenes real quick.
Got you.
All right, bet. All right, cool. Well, we're gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you go follow Vic. What we got coming up tomorrow? I don't even know what we got coming up tomorrow, but just know we're gonna drop some more dope content here on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, Vic. Appreciate it, brother. We'll see you guys later. Peace.